All right, good morning, everyone. I am Misty, and this is Dinner on a Dime. And today's video is one that I hope will do a lot of good for some people in 2026. And so, what I'm kind of like a working title I had for this video was 7 habits to pick up for the new year. And so, these are just 7 of the things that I do every day in my life that seem to make the biggest difference. Okay, the absolute biggest difference. And that is in staying prepared and on top of what I've got at home. That is, what do I need to be buying at the store? That is, what are my goals as far as budgeting? How often am I cooking at home? You'll see as we work through this one, okay? And so, if you're new here, welcome. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you are returning, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A lot of the viewers are not subscribed to the channel, and that really does help me out, and it costs you nothing. And if you like videos like this, make sure to leave me a thumbs up. And then if you have a habit that you would recommend people try in 2026, make sure to leave it in the comments, okay? So number 1 is use an inventory tracking app for your kitchen. Okay, there are lots of different inventory tracking apps available. The one that I am currently using is one called Pantry, Pantry Check, Check, Pantry Check. And what it allows me to do is it allows me to scan everything in my pantry into the app so that I always know what I have, how much I have, when is it expiring. The thing that I really like about this app is that you can bin your items to different locations. So the nice thing here is that I have a massive pantry. And so if I scan in 1,000 items in my pantry, then I don't know where those 1,000 items are located. I know they're in there, but I don't know where they're located. And so that has been a hiccup for me in the past with other apps that I've tried, is that, yeah, I have grape jelly, but I still have no idea where that grape jelly is. So I'm able to bin it to different locations. So inside of my large pantry, I have 14 shelves. And so each one of those shelves, I gave a funny song name, like Pink Pony Club, or Been Like That, or just 14 different songs that I think are fun. And so now I know exactly which shelf of the pantry that item is located on. And so that is super helpful for me. I can't talk today, because now I know exactly what I have on hand to work with. I know exactly what I have to make meals with. If I find a good deal on something, I can go in, I can view, do I need it? Do I not need it? How much of it am I using historically over time? It will track that. It will build shopping lists if I run out of something. So it is a super handy thing to have. Now, this particular app does charge, so you have to decide if that's something you want to pay for. There are free apps available. If you don't want to pay for one, utilize a free app. However, since I have an ingredient-based pantry, I have a large number of things in my pantry. Plus, I've been stocking up on sale deals for a long time, so I have a lot of items. And you have to remember that a lot of these apps, like if you scan 10 cans of green beans, that doesn't count as one item on your list. It counts as 10 towards your total scans that you're allowed at any one given moment. So this particular app is $11.99 a year if you're scanning 2,000 or less items. If you're scanning 10,000 or under, of course 2001 to 10,000, it is $29.99 a year. I did the $29.99 a year because I have 2 pantries and I have 3 freezers and 2 refrigerators. So in order to inventory everything over time, I knew I was going to need the higher scan limit. So there you go. That's number 1. That is a great tip for you. Number 2, use a meal planning book with a tear out grocery shopping list. So there are a million of these available. I just thought I would show you the one that I pick up. I pick it up every single year off of Amazon, just this meal planner book. It's a Carrie L meal planner book. It's like $30, but what I love about it, I'll show you, is for each of the weekly menus, so I can create a menu. I haven't done that for this particular week yet, but then there's the grocery list, and then this is perforated paper, so you can just tear out this one section and then leave your meal plan in your book. Okay, I really like that. And I like that it not only has the weekly views, it has the monthly view, because yes, I am like a kindergartner. I like a star for every day when I complete it, aka when I make a meal at home for dinner. And so I think that's a fun way to keep myself on track. Cheap, fun way to keep myself on track. So this is helpful because as you're working through like your meal app or whatever inventory system you develop, you can start to create meals in your meal planner based off of items that you already have, and then build out your grocery list only around the things that you do not have on hand. And just to show you, another thing I like to do when it comes to using my meal planning book is I like to keep a running inventory of all the different meals that we like, and that way I know exactly what it is that I'm wanting to put into my meal planner book. Okay, so that's number 1 and number 2. Number 3 is now we're going to shop our shelves first. So when we are making out that meal planning book, we are not going to Pinterest and seeing what we can make. We are going to our shelves. We are seeing what we have that we need to use. We're going to use what we have first. If we don't have it on hand, we're going to shop sales for it. We are going to shop clearance or markdowns for it. And then lastly, we are going to substitute items where we can so that we don't even have to go to the store and buy anything. This is one of my big things for 2026 is using what I have, being reliant on what I already have and staying out of the store. And so I will definitely be shopping my shelves first and primarily shopping my shelves. And so until I run out of something, there will not be going to the store for sales or clearance or markdowns at all. Okay, number 4, utilize a grocery delivery service. Okay. I know in some videos I say not to do this, right? Because it does cost you either a yearly fee, a monthly fee, a per delivery fee. But here's what I'm going to say. Due to the injuries we've had in my house, due to going back to work, I do not have a ton of time available to go to the grocery store. I just don't. And so I was already paying for Kroger Boost. I just wasn't using the delivery portion of it. And so I am going to utilize Kroger Boost in 2026. So when I do need to place replacement grocery orders, I will build them up until I reach the $35 minimum, and then I will have it delivered to my house. So Kroger Boost is $69 for a year if you want the availability of having it delivered the next day. It is $99 a year if you want it delivered the same day. I have the next day. But occasionally Kroger will run a special where you can get it for half price for a year. But what I didn't know is that if you already have Boost, you can still use that coupon to extend your Boost membership for another year. And so I have already extended my membership well into 2027 using the 50% off coupons as they come available. So watch for those, because that's another way to save yourselves money, stay out of the store, and have your groceries delivered to your house, which gives you better cost control as well. All right, number 5 is schedule a monthly bulk cooking day. So I like to schedule this on one day on a weekend each month where I can bulk cook some items. So this can be as simple as I'm gonna ground up. I don't ground up meat. I'm gonna brown up 20 pounds of hamburger, and I'm gonna turn it into taco meat, spaghetti sauce, sloppy joes, and I'm gonna freeze it. And that way I can pull it out and have dinners ready in an instant. Or maybe I'm going to layer 5 lasagnas, 5 things of chicken enchiladas, and 5 things of chicken pasta. And I'm going to get those wrapped up properly and stuck in the freezer for just pull out into the oven it goes, no thinking involved meals. There are days where I will bulk prep soup, like a ton of soup, and put it in containers and freeze it, or meatballs, and then I'll package those up and I'll freeze them. And so what this does is when you schedule this at least once a month, you start to build up all of these things that are available and just make your life that much easier. And so you will thank yourself down the road if you begin to utilize that one tip alone, because when you have easy, quick things available, then you're not so tempted to go to take out or load up the family and go to a fancy restaurant or anything like that. Okay, number 6 is I'm working out my budget plan and how I'm going to approach it. So you have to look at what you can spend or want to spend each month on groceries. And then you kind of have to have a plan to tackle that number, right? You can't just go into it blindly, because if you do, then you're going to end up without enough funds to cover the entire month. So what I am doing for 2026, and I don't recommend this for everyone, if you have not been stockpiling like I have for a while, not really stockpiling, but building up a really good working pantry, you're not going to be able to do what I'm doing. So you have to figure out what you want to do. In the past, I have done $100 a week for a family of 4 for an entire year. I have done $50 a week for a family of 4 for an entire year. This year in 2026, I am going as low to no spend as possible. Okay, so I am really relying on the work I've done the last couple of years in building my food up in my pantries and my freezers and everything to carry me through 2026. The reasons for that are plenty. And like I've said, do not know where we are going medically in our family right now. Don't know what kind of fees we are looking at for a lot of different things. And so right now it is literally just going to be, we need to shift our priorities onto other things. And so I've already got the food covered at home. It's just time to use it. Okay. And number 7, cook at home and limit your meals out. This is the big one. Okay. I guarantee you, I hear this all the time. It's cheaper to eat out than to cook at home. It is not. It is not. Okay. I just threw my pen on the floor. I went to dinner with my family one day here recently. It was actually lunch. It wasn't even dinner. And for the 4 of us with tip, it was over $100 for lunch. And that consisted of chicken strips, mashed potatoes, corn, green beans, and biscuits. I could have made that meal at home for a fraction of that price. And so it really does drive it home when you see the cost when you eat out, just how expensive it is for your family of 4. And the more comfortable you get for like shopping deals and stocking up and then cooking at home, you see that you can cut that cost so much. And so another thing I like to do with my family is kind of challenge us, right? We will do like a 90-day cook at home challenge where we don't eat out for 90 days. That one's a little tough, but we've made it through it before. But right now we are in a challenge to make it to spring break without eating out for dinner. Okay, that is our goal, is to make it from now to spring break, because then we can enjoy that as part of the spring break experience, can also kind of be like a break from our day-to-day cooking at home. And so that's kind of what we're doing for this year. But again, you have to look at your overall food spend. It's not just what you're spending on groceries, it's also what you're spending on food, takeout, dining out, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so those are my 7 habits that you should pick up in the new year if you're not already doing them, because they will help keep you organized. They will help you know what meals to make. They will help you have things ready on a tough day, and they will help you keep greater control over everything in your life. And the more control you feel, the more like inner peace you find. Okay, so use an inventory tracking system, use a meal planner, tear out those grocery sheets, shop at home first, then the stores. Utilize a grocery delivery service if you've got one available that you're already paying for. Schedule a monthly bulk cooking day, work out your budget and learn how you're going to stick to it on a monthly basis, and then cook at home and limit those meals out. Okay, that is the best, quickest way to kind of get your grocery house in order. Okay, all right, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.